Hi, I'm Demetria, a serial entrepreneur since 2004, and I'm happy to be your host. My goal on this show is to encourage women entrepreneurs of faith as you go along your business journey and to help you gain clarity as you turn your profitable passion into a plan of action. You're listening to the Her Business Elevated podcast, episode number 59. Are you a mompreneur feeling like it's too late to kickstart your entrepreneurial journey? Have you set aside your writing aspirations for years and now wonder if it's even possible to reignite that passion and get back into your writing groove? Well, if so, this episode is for you. Today, I decided to do a flashback and rerun an episode of one of my former podcasts that I've since then pod-faded. It's called Mompreneurs and Heels. And on that episode, I interviewed Melissa Meyer, a freelance writer for small businesses and female entrepreneurs who loves helping women by taking content writing off of their already too full plates. In this podcast episode, Melissa Meyer discusses essential services she provides for mompreneurs and why they are crucial for business success. She shares her personal challenges in running a virtual business, and she offers encouragement to us, emphasizing that this entrepreneurial journey can take time, but it is so worth the effort. And she also provides practical tips for balancing motherhood with building a business, drawing from her own experiences and successes. And if you're interested in what that means to try to balance motherhood with business, then this show is for you. Her insights are designed to inspire and support fellow mompreneurs on their journey. So if you happen to fall in the mompreneur camp, then this particular episode is for you specifically. So without further ado, we're going to get straight into the interview. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mompreneurs and Heels podcast. Today's guest is Melissa Meyer. She's a freelance writer for small businesses and for female entrepreneurs. She loves helping women by taking content writing off their already too full plates. So welcome, Melissa. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be on your podcast.
I'm excited to have you. On this show, we talk about mompreneurs and life balance. We talk about encouragement along our entrepreneurial journey. And I know you have some encouraging words for us. First of all, what is the name of your business? And then tell us your story and how you got into freelance writing.
Sure. The name of my business is Bets and Ben Creative, and it's named after my two kids, Betsy and Bennett, because I'm doing this business for them so that I can be home and just be a mom who works from home and still involved in their lives. I got a degree in English way back in the day when I was in college and started working in full-time work in offices right out of college, and I did that for 20 years. I worked administrative jobs, doing kind of the administrative support systems and project management for people. And so then I got a little bit later start in life on my family. And so when I became a mom, I had been working full-time for a long time. I was working a job where my boss would let me work from home sometimes. And this was pre-COVID. And came back from maternity leave, and I had a new supervisor because they had moved some stuff around in our company. And he said, you can't work from home. And that didn't really work for our family. So we took a huge leap of faith, and I left my job and started my journey as a stay-at-home mom, and then eventually started my writing business.
That's awesome. Well, the fact that you said you took a huge leap of faith is encouragement for all of us, because that's what entrepreneurship is. It's a huge leap.
It is. It is. Yeah.
So sometimes it's like it's into the unknown. We don't really know what's on the other side, but we know that we're called to start something, to do something. So what are some services that you provide, and how are they important for mompreneurs to consider in their businesses?
Right. So when you have a business, most people, I think, would agree that it's really hard to write about yourself. And so I love writing about me pages for small businesses and women entrepreneurs. It's hard to talk about yourself. And so I just love, part of my education background was I was a journalism major for a while. My very first job was when I was 15. I wrote for my local newspaper. So I love that journalism side of asking people questions about themselves, getting kind of what their value is and what is important to them in their business, and finding out their brand voice, and then writing about them as though they're talking about themselves. And so that's one of my favorite things to write. I also like writing web copy and websites for people. It's hard sometimes when you're really close to your service or your product that you sell to think about it from your client's point of view of what's in it for me. That's what your client's always thinking about. So to feature the benefits of what you do and what your client is going to get out of what you can do for them. Sometimes it's hard to say that clearly. And so I love to write web content for women. And then just all the content that you need to write about for your business, whether it's web, blog posts, social media posts, emails, all that stuff, it can get really overwhelming. So I love to help women who help people by taking that off their plate.
Oh, that's wonderful. I mean, we need that because we already have, like you said, we have too many plates we're juggling. So if we could offset that writing piece so that you could help us, and you have the skill to do that. So not all of us are good at writing, but we're good at other things. And so that's what we need that's what we would need you for, to help us. And so now I know that each of us has a different journey into entrepreneurship, and some of us take a little bit longer than others. And it took me a long time to get where I am right now, and I still have a ways to go. So on our journey, even though it takes a little longer, can you speak on what that was like for you, and some words of encouragement to our listeners who are also, just taking our time but getting there, right?
Yep.
Words of encouragement for us.
Yes. So like I said, I started my family late in life. I was not married until I was 37. And so I became a mom at age 39. I had my first child, and I had my second child at age 42. And so I took a couple of years after I left my job to just kind of get my feet under me. And my business actually kind of started as a hobby. And I just had, a little bit of writing work here and there. And so, one of the things I just really want to encourage other mompreneurs is that it is your business. It is your journey. And I think one of the biggest challenges of running your own business is the comparison game and comparing yourself to other women business owners, especially if they're in the same kind of work that you do, and seeing, their success, they're taking off faster than I am. They're getting more clients. They're making more money. They're having more of an impact, whatever it is that you want to do with your business. When you see other people doing that, it can be a little discouraging, but your journey is your journey, no matter how long it takes. And I also want to encourage women that it's never too late to start or start over, no matter where you are in your motherhood journey, no matter where you are, there's always a chance for you to do what you really want to do. And I just really want to say, if you feel like, oh man, I'm already, whatever age you think is too old, I'm doing quote marks, too old to start something new. It's not too late. So yeah, it's just, that would be my encouragement. There's a lot of challenges in running a business, so don't be so hard on yourself about when you're starting your business. There's comparison to others. I've struggled with imposter syndrome. Like, why would someone pay me to do this? Like you said, writing doesn't come easily to everybody. And so sometimes it's easy to feel like, why would somebody pay for this? But on my side, like, I am terrible at tech. I cannot do finances very well. And there are people that are really good at that stuff, and that's their zone of genius. So, imposter syndrome is real, that you think, why would someone pay me for this? I don't really know what I'm doing, or maybe someone else could do it better. Just have confidence in your abilities and what you can do.
Absolutely. Yes, yes, and yes. This is good. So encouraging for us, because we need to have those reminders that we're not alone. We all have the same imposter syndrome. We all have the same questioning ourselves, whether or not we're capable of doing the things that we set out to do. Mm-hmm. And those are challenges. But for those of us who decide to overcome those challenges, we're going to find some success at the end of that. So don't give up is the key. Yeah. And I love that you said it's not too late. It's never too late.
Never.
It doesn't matter. Like you did the air quotes and like too late. And it's true. It's not, because there are so many people that are 2-3 times, the age that we are, that are just getting started,
mm-hmm.
And when you look at them, you say, wow, they got started in their 50s and their 60s, mm-hmm. and here they are, and they're doing well. So it's never too late. And what are some tips that you have for balancing motherhood? Because mm-hmm. I know it's not just about, the business aspect of what we're doing, but we're also balancing this with our families. So how would you encourage us in that area of having success in business while we're raising a family?
Well, and there's so many tricky stages, right, in motherhood, whether it's hard to, I started my business when I had a 2 and a 5-year-old. And so my kids were little and they were needy. Or you might be working your business when you have teenagers and they're always making plans to do something and have activities. And you're just like the mom taxi cab running kids everywhere. It's like, when can I have time for my business? So, I like to just have a prioritize what I need to get done every day and only have 2 or 3 things. That's it. I'm not going to write a list of 10 things that I need to get done for my business or my home, because I'm going to set myself up for failure. Mm-hmm. So having a small but targeted priority list is helpful. That helps me with my balance. If I miss a goal that I have, I just keep moving forward. So maybe you have a goal to get, I'm going to pitch 10 people every week. I'm going to pitch my writing services or whatever you provide to these business owners. And oh, shoot, I only got 2 done this week. So next week I have to do another 20. No, that's never going to happen. You just cut your losses and move on and keep moving towards your goal. Don't overwhelm yourself with your goals, and set goals that you can control. You might have a goal and say, okay, I want 3 new clients this month, or I want 50 people to sign up for my course, or, this many people to join my mastermind, or whatever you have going on. Well, mm-hmm. you can't force people to do things. So you need to take steps that you can control. So if you need 3 new clients, so maybe you need to reach out to 30 people. And just say, I'm going to reach out to 30 people, and, there's a good chance the numbers are in my favor. Maybe I'll get 3 new clients, or whatever that is. Okay. So there's balancing is, being kind to yourself. Mm-hmm. That's a good way to balance motherhood and working, is give yourself some grace and, work on goals that you can. Create systems both in your home and your business that work for you. And that can be trial and error of figuring out, is this the way that this is going to work? Am I going to have a set schedule of these are the days that I'm going to do these household tasks? Or is it better when you just say, okay, I'm taking one day and getting everything done? What works for your family? Mm-hmm. That could be a very helpful thing, but it can take a while to get there and figure that out, because we don't live in a vacuum, right? There's all sorts of different personalities in our family and needs and emergencies and things coming up. So systems don't always work perfectly, but they can really help in balancing the motherhood and the work.
I love that. I love that. Systems are so important, giving ourselves grace. And then you mentioned having realistic expectations. Mm-hmm. That's so important. I like how you said that we don't necessarily go into our marketing plan with, I've got to make 30 people sign up for whatever our thing is. It's like, okay, if I need 30 signups, then maybe I need to send out, 70, 100, to see what percentage I'll get back. Because that is, I think, the place in which we sort of beat ourselves up because we don't get the results we're looking for right away. But giving ourselves grace. And then I love how you said that all of that is the way to do the inner working with our family is that we have to look individually. What does each child need? What do we need to create the system and make it work in our family? And that's all trial and error. And so it's kind of this fluid thing. We can't really put a cap on it. We can't put it in a box or strictly define it from one family to the next, but we'll know what that special spot is for us when we're able to find some type of balance, I guess is, the word. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but it's something that we know we're in the right spot and our family's in the right spot. Everybody's feeling okay about where we are with our business and how we are interacting with our family. So I love everything that you shared with us, so much encouragement. And I definitely want to know how, for those of us that need that writing help, because there's so many of us that do. Yeah. And we're trying to, cover all the bases and hold all the plates in the air. But at some point, we're going to drop a plate or two. And when it comes to writing, that is the core content of our businesses online. We have to have content creation. So we need our blogs, we need our Instagrams, we need all of this stuff that needs writing. So you really are in a strategic position with what you're offering, because that's what we need. How can we get in touch with you and find out more about your services?
Yep. The best way to get in touch with me or to find out what I'm all about is to go to my website, which is betsandbencreative.com. And is spelled out. It's not like an ampersand. So it's BETSANDBEN creative.com.
Perfect.
There's a button to book a free 30-minute consultation call. You can read more about me, what services I offer. I have a free downloadable PDF for those that join my mailing list that is called Taking Your Web Copy from Meh to Magic, and just some tips for writing for your business. And then I just have an email list that I send out just a couple times a month with just tips for business owners on different things that can help you with your writing, whether it's a social media post or a blog post or whatever. And just some tips and tricks of the trade and some tools that I use that can help other business owners too.
Awesome. And I'm on your list now. So I found quite a few of your tips really helpful, and I'm going back to read them. So very good. Thank you so much for being part of the show today and for your help and encouragement.
Thank you so much. I am cheering on everybody as they change the world with their business. It's my greatest joy to just be an encourager and help people. So Thanks so much.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy this replay of my interview with Melissa, published in 2023. What I love about podcasts is that information like this stays relevant and encouragement never gets old. And that's a wrap for today's episode. We hope you're feeling inspired and ready to rekindle your entrepreneurial and writing dreams. And remember, it's never too late to find your groove and pursue your passions. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. We'd love to hear from you. You can follow me on social media at Demetria Zinga for more tips and encouragement. And until next time, keep dreaming, keep writing, and keep shining. You've got this to your business success.